Oh, that's the wind pad? I win! I freaking did it. Fine, I'd rather fight it the literal rank. I skin infant babies! Yes, sir! Let's freaking go, dude. Oh my god.
Go, 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 go. Go, go.
I straight up saluted. Bruh, I got like the worst ending ever.
I'm not really sure where to start. To be clear, I'm not explaining because I feel indebted or obligated to do so. More so explaining for my own sake at this point. I want to do content, and I want to stream on Twitch, because I enjoy doing those things, first and foremost. I'm not going to sit here and explain every tiny thing that happened that led me to this moment right now, but a lot of it boils down to, I feel like I failed. Not like I failed someone else, but that I failed myself in a lot of ways. And I have no doubt that it is partially exacerbated by the fact that right near the end of the year, this month, the month of both my birthday and Christmas, pretty much everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. As a result, my panic disorder, my anxiety, got really, really bad. I did the natural thing. I went to see a doctor as soon as I could. I'm currently switching medications for my panic disorder and my depression, but because I'm switching medications, I am experiencing partial withdrawals from the taper, and this new medication takes quite a few weeks to kick in. So, my anxiety is high, which is at least part of why I am in the situation that I am currently in. What makes how I feel so much worse is the fact that, in comparison to other situations I could be in, I am incredibly well off. In the grand scheme of what could be wrong, I'm in a good spot, but I don't feel like I'm in a good spot. And the fact that it could be worse is upsetting me, because it feels like I shouldn't have the right to complain about my issues, because my issues are so insignificant in comparison to anyone else that might be going through something 100 times worse. I don't know if that sounds like nonsense. Frankly, I'm not even sure what I'm saying at this point. I guess the overall reason why I started this recording in the first place is just to say that I don't think I'm okay, and that is the main reason why I haven't really been able to do a whole lot. My ambitions are very high, but I feel like I'm stuck. I'm not even sure how much of this I'm gonna include. I do at least want to give a kind of update on what I did hint at for next year, because in the previous look back video for 2024, I dropped some hints about content that I wanted to make for 2025, but I think very little of it actually ended up being finished. I hope once some of the issues that I am currently dealing with get resolved, I will be back in the swing of doing what I like to do. Let me just go through all of the things that I hinted at and kind of update you on where these things are. I don't know why I can't get rid of the loading sign, but I guess it's thematic. This was a hint to the fact that the way I am going to choose what extremes I do is via a wheel of difficulty. I did actually do this. If you watch my video called Let's Go Gambling and also the Blade of Justice video, this project actually did happen in 2025. This was just a teaser for all the verifications that I was hoping to get done in 2025. I think only one of these got done, Akron, that's the top left. All the other levels I didn't verify. I still have today and tomorrow, I guess. The only one that would potentially be verified in that time is the top right, which of course we know is more than noise. Bottom left is just a challenge for my friend called UFO Challenge. I'm still going to verify that, but that is very low on my priority list. And then bottom right is a level I'm the verifier of called Ataxia. More than noise is the priority. Those astute of you may notice that this is, of course, Terraria screenshots. I wanted to make a Terraria playthrough this year because I was under the assumption that 1.4.5, the sort of final update for Terraria, would be out this year, but it is not. This is one of the only hints that I gave that actually has a good excuse for why it didn't get done this year, because I kind of have an OCD thing where I have to play the game on the most recent version, and of course we know that 1.4.5 for Terraria is going to be coming out, so I can't really make a series on it until 1.4.5 is out. Now of course I can play it, and that's what these screenshots are, is of me playing Terraria, but I can't make like content off of it based on my very silly OCD sort of rules. This was supposed to be a hint for the 8th episode of runs on levels I don't plan on beating. It wouldn't be that much of a spoiler to say that this 8th episode is intended to be the finale. I want to leave it off on a really high note, and while I do have a lot of high notes already, one thing that I wanted to do was to kind of stitch together runs that I didn't quite finish from before in the series. That's the reason this isn't done, is because while I do have a lot of new, really cool runs, I don't have the runs that I wanted to kind of wrap up the whole series. At least not all of them. I'm not sure if anyone even knows this, but I took a poetry class in university for my art credit, and I was going to do a video where we took all the poems that were written in that class, every single one, mine included, and put them on a tier list. I say we because it was going to be me and 2 other people. I won't spoil who the other 2 people are, but the simple reason for why this didn't get done is we haven't recorded it yet. I still have all the poems, all the names are of course redacted, but I just have not recorded this yet. I will not say what this project is. I'm sure you might have a guess based on what you can see here, but this project is still in the works. However, this is a project where the final length of it is unknown. I don't know if I'm close to done or if I'm far from done. It could be either or, because it is still in the process of being recorded. So one of the videos I wanted to have out in 2025 was me beating Minecraft 1.0. I did mention the OCD rule where I have to beat the most recent version of a game. However, there is an exception for when each version of the game is almost like its entire own game. So in the case of Minecraft, I was actually going to beat every update. And while I did start recording, the laptop that my world was saved to broke. I lost the world that I originally played on and started editing for. I'm either going to have to find the original seed that this recording was done for, or I'm going to have to start again. Which, either or is fine, but that's why this hadn't been done. This video, I am making a video regarding my graduation from university. However, the video is very difficult to make because a lot of the segments are incredibly jumbled, as well as the fact that a lot of the recordings are several hours long, because what the majority of the recordings are is me doing homework. I kept putting this video off simply because there were other things I wanted to do, so I would do those other things rather than working on the graduation video, and as a result, I have made shockingly little progress on this video. That's kind of where I am. There's things I want to do that I can't do yet. Because I can't do them yet, I'm upset. I'm sorry for ending what's supposed to be a celebratory video with something so dim. but I just needed to be honest about where I am. In typical look-back fashion, I do want to say a couple thanks to some people. First, I want to say thank you to Zerkatry, or Zerk, for holding me together the final 2 months of this year. I really fell apart, and Zerk was pretty much almost always there to talk to me and kind of keep me sane. I want to thank TaskGod for being just a very chill friend. Even if they don't talk as often as Zerk does, I still very much enjoy talking to them and goofing off with them and doing all sorts of really silly stuff. I want to thank Garbanzo for just being one of my closest friends for a very long time, since 2016, not being afraid to tell me the truth about things that I very much need to hear. I want to thank Bubfuzzler for not giving up on me as a friend. They have been through a lot, significantly worse than what I've been going through, but even after everything, they still have interest in being one of my friends, which is great, because for the longest time I considered them my best friend, but then things happened and now we are very far apart. We are very different people now. Despite everything he's been through and despite everything that I've gone through, we can still talk to each other as friends. I want to thank Aragon for just being a really silly friend to chill out with. It's nice to have conversations with him just regarding more personal things, because he tends to not only be very open with me, but also let me be very open with them. I want to thank Unlimiter. While I am still a little upset about something that they did recently, you know what you did, Unlimiter, I still appreciate that they're kind of a goofy soul. Any source of light in my life is a good thing. I want to thank Skarir because he recently came back from a 2-year mission in Brazil. Somehow, some way, he is still the exact same goofball that he was before he left, despite everything that you have been through and everything that I have been through, that we can still talk to each other. I want to thank Generic for being someone I can talk to about more science-y nerd stuff. I don't have a whole lot of friends that are so willing to talk about things like computer science and math and physics. I'm glad that Generic can be that person for me. Some other people that I want to thank for my 2025 year include 12, Kelby, Caden, Cosborn, Jasmine, Kronos, Lyris, and Blake. Thanks for listening. Hopefully next year's better.